Welcome to you all. I am S. Ramesh, Assistant Professor of CSE Department, Erode Sengund Engineering College, Tirupati, Erode District. Today we are going to see list concept in Python. Okay, what is list? It is a collection of different data types in different values. Okay, collection of different data types in different values. Okay, for example, we are going to the square bracket is called the list. Next, this square bracket 1 2 3 means the list contains 1 2 3. Next, a equal to 1 2 3 4 5. So a is the list name and it contains 5 values. Let's see one example. A equal to square bracket. Here, next, print of a. What is the output? See the output. The square bracket is the output. Okay, because the square bracket is the list. Okay, so we have created the empty list. Next one. Next, my list equal to 2 hello true 100 comma 2. See what is a list? It is a collection of different data types. So it contains the integer and string. Next one true is the boolean. Next integer. I'm going to print the list. So see the output 2 hello true 100 2. Okay. Next, print of type of the square bracket. What is the square bracket types? That is the list. So see the output class list. Okay. Next, we can access the list elements by using its index number. Okay. For example, my list equal to A, B, C, D, E. What is the index number? Index number for A is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so I want to access A means my list of 0. My list of 0, what is the output? A is the output. Okay, like that. We will see an example program. Okay. See, my list equal to 4962. Print of my list of 0. What is the my list of 0? That is 4, 1, 9, 2, 6, 3, 2. Okay. Next, my list we can use the negative index for the list. So here my list of -1. Okay, the negative indices start from the end. -1 indicates the last element, -2 indicates the second last item. Okay, like that. So I am going to print the output. See the output. See, -1 means 2, -2 means 6, next 9, next 4. Okay, so next range of items. Can access the list item using the range. Okay, my list equal to 1 2 3 4 5. Print of my list of 1 to 4. What is 1 to 4? Here index number is 1 starts from here. 1 2 3. Okay, 1 2 3. That is the output. Okay, so 1 to 4 means index number start from 1 and last element is 4, so last element -1, so 3. So 1 2 3. So what is the 1 2 3 output? 2 3 4. Check the output. See, 2 3 4 is the output. Next, Next, see the another example for range of elements. My list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My list of 1 to 5. What is 1 to 5? See 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, that is 1 to 4. So 2, 3, 4, 5 is the output. Check the output 2, 3, 4, 5. Next, starting index is not given here. Start index is not given means you start from the first item. Okay, and end index is 5. So 0 to 4. So 0 to 4 means up to 5. See, that's all. That is the output. Next, 4 to end index is not given, so we will print up to the last item. Okay, 4 to last item. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is the output. Next, start index is not given, so start from the first item. Okay, and then -2. -2 means this is last item is -1, this is -2. So leave this 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4 is the output. Okay, like that. Next, -4 to -2. Okay, -1, -2, -3, -4. So 3 comma 4 is the output. Next, 2 comma -2, 2 colon -2, that is also same, 3 comma 4. Next, we want to print all the elements in the list. My list of colon. There is no start index, there is no end index, so it will print all the items in the list. Okay. Next, we will see the another example. With the 3 arguments, we are passing 3 arguments uh, in the list. See, 1 colon 9 means, see the output 2 to 9. Yeah, that's you know. Next to starting index, end index, step size. Step size is 2 means we are going to skip the one item. We are going to skip one item. So 1 to 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1 to 9 range is this one. Here 9 means we no need to consider the last item. Okay. So 2 to 9. In this range 2 to 9, we are going to skip one item. So first item 2, next 4, next 6, next 8. Okay. Next, in this range 1 to 9, in this range, we are going to skip 3. Step size is 3 means we are going to skip 2 items. So I am going to skip 2 items means first item is 2. Next 3, 4, we are left 3, 4, 5. Next 6, 7, we are going to left 8. See the output. Okay. Okay, like that. Next, we are going to see we can reverse the list. We are going to reverse the list. See, my list colon colon -1. See, there is no start index, there is no end index. Step size is -1 means in the reverse order. Okay, so it will print the list in the reverse order 10 to 1. Next, in the reverse order, we are going to pass the -2 means we are going to skip one item. In the reverse list, we are going to skip one item. So 10 next 8, 6, 4, 2. Okay. Next one, list are mutable. List are mutable. So
10:30க்குள்ள எனக்கு டேட்டா கொடுத்துருங்க. போல இல்ல எச்சோடி சார் கொடுக்க சொல்லிருக்காரு.
list are mutable. Okay, what does it mean list are mutable? List are mutable means we can change the particular item of the list. Okay, we can change the particular item in the list. That is called the mutable. Okay, here my list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here my list of 2. What is the my list of 2? This is my list of 0. This is my list of 1. This is my list of 2. I am going to change the my list of 2 to 0. I am going to change this 3 to 0. Next I am going to print the my list. See the output 1 2 0 4 5 6. Okay, yes. Next one, I can change the range of items. Okay, I can change the range of items in the list. Okay, see, for example, my list equal to 1 2 3 4 5 6. My list equal to 2 2 5. What is 2 2 5? That is 0 1 2 3 4. Okay, we are going to we don't consider the last item, so 2 2 2 3 4. Okay, that is the 3 4 5. Instead of this 3 4 5, I am going to paste the 10 11 12. I am going to change the values 3 4 5. Instead of 3 4 5, I am going to change into 10 11 12. See, I am going to execute the program, check the output. Yes, 10 11 12 is the output. Okay, it is changing. Next, adding a single element to Python list. Okay, by using the append function. Okay, so we can append. Okay, we can insert one item in the list by using the append function. Here my list equal to 1 2 3 4. I am going to dot append of 5. I am going to append 5 means what is output? 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, list are mutable, so I can change any item and I can add an item. Okay, next, insert function. What is the use of insert function? Insert function is used to insert the item in the list at a particular position. That is called the insert function. Okay, my list equal to 1 2 3 4. My list dot insert of 2 comma 5. That is 2 is the index number. Okay, at the index number 2, I am going to insert 5. So next, see the output. This is position 0 1 2. Next, I am going to insert 5 1 2 5 3 4. Check the output 1 2 5 3 4. Yes, got it. Next, extend function. Okay, extend function is used to, okay, we can add multiple elements to the end of a list. That is the extend function. Okay. Okay, see, my list equal to 1 2 3 4. My list dot extend of 5 6 7. So in the my list, I am going to extend. I am going to insert another list 5 6 7. So I am going to print the my list. Check the output 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. Okay. Next, my list 1 equal to 1 to 3, my list 2 equal to 4 5, my list 3 equal to my list 1 plus my list 2. I am going to add these two lists. Okay, so my list of 1, what is my list of 1? 1 2 3. See the output 1 2 3. Next, my list of 3 means I am going to add my list 1 and 2. 1 2 3 comma 4 5. Yes. Next, I am going to insert multiple elements at the index number, at the particular index number. Okay, so I am going to insert 5 6 7 at the index number 2. 2 to 2 means at the index number 2. I am going to insert 5 6 7. So this is 0, this is 1. Next, at the position 2, I am going to insert 5 6 7. So see the output 1 2 5 6 7. Next 3 4. Okay. Next, delete function. Okay, del keyword is used to delete a element or multiple elements or the entire list. Okay, let's see the example. See, colors equal to blue, green, red, orange, yellow, brown. Here, del color of del one space. Colors of 2. What is colors of 2? This is colors of 0. This is colors of 1. This is colors of 2. That is red. I am going to remove the red. Okay, so I am going to print the colors. Okay, see the output. Blue, green, red is removed. Next orange, yellow, brown. Yes, can you understand? So list is mutable, so I can change an item, I can delete a particular item. Okay. Next, see, I am going to delete the range of elements. I am going to delete 2 to 4, that is 2, 3. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. I am going to delete 2 and 3. See, what is output? See, run the program. What is output? Blue, green. See, red and orange is deleted. Remaining yellow and brown is displayed. Okay. Next, next program. I am going to delete the entire list. Okay. See, colors equal to blue, green, red, orange, like that. Del colors. So I am going to delete the entire list. Next, I am going to print colors. See, the colors is deleted. Then I am going to print the colors means what will happen? It shows the error message, name error. See the output, name error. Name colors is not defined because we have deleted the whole list. Next, remove function. Remove function is used to remove a particular element from a list. For example, colors dot remove of green. I am going to remove green. Okay. So next I am going to print the colors. See, green is removed from the output screen. Blue, red, orange, yellow, brown. Okay, green is removed. Next, see, colors equal to this one list. Remove of green. See, in the list there are 2 times green is occurred. Okay, there are 2 times green is occurred here and here. Okay, I'm going to remove the green, so it will remove the first occurrence of the green in the list. Okay, it will not remove the second occurrence of the green. Okay, see, I'm going to run the program. Here blue, this green is removed, red, orange. Next, this green is displaying in the output screen. Okay. Next, pop function. Pop function is used to remove an element at the particular index. Okay. If the index is specified means it will remove at the particular index element. Otherwise, it will remove the last item. Okay. See, here colors dot pop of 3. What is this? Is 0, 1, 2, 3. So I am going to remove the orange from the list. I am going to print the colors. See the output: blue, green, red, blue, green, red. Next orange is removed. Next yellow, brown is displaying. See, if I mention the index number means it will remove the at the particular position. Otherwise, if I did not mention the index number, what will happen? It will remove the last item. See the output: blue, green, red, orange, yellow, brown is removed from the list. Next, clear function. Okay, clear function removes the all the elements from a list. Okay. For example, see, colors equal to this one. Colors dot clear function. So it removes all the elements. I'm going to print the colors. See the output. See, it is displaying the empty list. Next, list operations. What are the list operations are available? Concatenation operation. Okay, repetition operation. Next, membership operation. Next iteration through a list. Okay. See, we will see one by one. First, concatenation operation. Okay. What is the concatenation operation? We are going to add two lists. This is the concatenation. See, here list 1 equal to 1 to 3, list 2 equal to A, B, C, D, list 3 equal to list 1 plus list 2. I am going to print list 3. I am going to add list 1 and list 2. So what is output? 1, 2, 3, comma A, B, C, D. Okay. Next repetition. Okay, the star operator is used to repeat the elements in the list. Okay. See, list 1 equal to 1 comma 2, list 2 equal to list 1 into 3. So 3 times list 1 into 3 means 3 times the list 1 will be stored into list 2. So what is list 2? 1 2 1 2 1 2. See the output. Next membership test. Okay, what are the membership operators are there? In and not in. Okay, we will see an example. Okay. Here see, my list equal to okay. See, my list equal to 1 2 blue green. 2 in my list. Whether 2 is in the my list, yes, 2 is there. So it returns true. Next, 4 in my list. Whether 4 is in the list, no. So it returns false. Next, green not in my list. No, green is there in the my list. So it returns false. Next, iterate through a list using the for loop. Okay, we can access all the elements in the list by using the for loop. Colors equal to blue, green, red for color in colors. Okay, first time what is the color? Blue. So I am entering into the for loop. Okay, inside the for loop there is print of color. First time blue is the color, so it display in the output screen. Again it goes to the for loop. This time what is the color? Green. So next I am coming in, enter into the for loop. This time green is the output. Next time again it goes to for loop. This time color is the red, so I am going to print the color red. So blue green red is the output. Next one, we can run the same program. Okay, we can run the same program instead of uh, in the different format. Okay, see, colors equal to same for I in range of length of colors. What is the length of colors? What is the length of colors? There are three items, so length of colors is 3. So for I in range of 3, range of 3 means what is I value? 0 1 2. Okay, first time what is the I value? 0. I enter into the for loop. Here print of colors of I. What is colors of I? This is colors list. Here colors of 0. This is colors of 0. This is colors of 1. This is colors of 2. So what is colors of 0? Blue. So I am going to print blue. Next time what is I value? 1. So I am going to print colors of 1, that is green is the output. Next time what is I value? 2. This time what is the colors of 2? Red. See, red is the output. Okay. Next example. Okay, my list equal to empty list for I in range of for I in range of 5. Range of 5 means what is the I value? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, first time what is the I value? Okay, first time what is the I value? First time I value is 0. Next print enter value of n. Okay, see the output screen. Okay, okay, output. Okay, enter the value of n of 0. So I am going to give 2. Next 4. Next 6. Next 8. 9. See, I entered okay 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. So finally I print the list 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Here what is the use of append function? It is used to insert the elements in the list. Okay, it is going to append the elements in the list. So my list is empty first time. Next time I am entered, I am getting 5 values. So these 5 values is appended into the list, my list. Then I am going to finally print the list. Okay, next example. Next, my list equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is the 2D list. This list name is called the 2D list because this list contains the another list. So this is called the 2D list. Here my list of 0 means 1. My list of 1 is 2. Next my list of 2 is 3, 4, 5. My list of 3 is that is 6. We know. Okay. Next my list of 2 comma 0. I want to access the particular item of the index number 2. Okay, this whole list is the index number is 2. The first one 0, 1, 2, next one 3. Here index number 2, I want to display the first item 3. So 2 comma 2 0 means 3 is the output. Okay, see the output, 3 is the output. 2 1 means 4 is the output. 2 2 means 5 is the output. Okay, next we can create the list in different style. Okay, see, for example, my list equal to one square bracket means empty list I have created. Next, my list equal to some values I have given. Next, I am using the list function to create a list. Okay, my list equal to list function. Okay, next print of my list. Print of my list. My list equal to list function means it is going to create the empty list. I am going to print my list means displaying the empty list. Next, I am going to convert the tuple into a list. I am going to convert a tuple into a list. My tuple equal to, see, instead of the square bracket, I am using the parenthesis. So this is the tuple. Okay, so my tuple equal to 1, 2, 3. My list equal to list of my tuple. See, the list function is used to convert the tuple into list. Next, print of my list. See the output. See, the instead of the parenthesis, it is displaying the square bracket. Okay, so tuple is converted into list. Next, I am going to convert the string into list. I'm going to convert the string into list. Here, my list equal to list function. List function is used to convert the, okay, for example, I am giving hello. My string is hello. My list equal to list of my string. Okay, see, each element in the string is converted into a list elements. Okay, so see the output. H is the one item, ELLO. Okay, it is the string is converted into list. We can create the range of elements in the list. My list equal to list of range of 1 comma 11. What is the value of range of 1 comma 11? Starting index is 1, end index is 11. Here end index minus 1. So 11 minus 1, that is a 10. So 1 to 10 is the range of 1 comma 11. So what is the value? 1 to 10. So 1 to 10 is going to stored into my list. So I am going to print the list. See the output. 1 to 10 is the output. Next assignment. See, I am going to copy the list. See, list 1 equal to 1 to 3 4, list 2 equal to list 1. See, next print of list 2. So see the output. I'm just assigning the list 1 to list 2. I'm going to print the list 2. See, 1 2 3 4 is displaying. See, here we cannot copy a list by simply putting list 2 equal to list 1. We can copy, but what happen means if I change any element in the list 2, okay, it will reflect in the list 1 also. Okay, see the output. List 1 equal to 1 to 3 4, list 2 equal to list 1. List 2 of 0 is 10. I am changing into 0th position to 10. So 10 2 3 4 is the list 2. But the whole first list 1 also changing the first item 10 2 3 4, because we simply copy the list 2 equal to list 1. So if we do any change in any list, it will reflect the another list also. Okay, that's why we need to use the copy function to copy the list. Here, see, list 2 equal to list 1 dot copy function. Okay, if I am going to change the list 2 of 0 to 10, it will reflect only list 2. It will not reflect the changes in the list 1. See the output. Original list 1 is the same 1 2 3 4, but list 2, new list 2 is changing to 0th position to 10. So that means 0th position to 10 means first item is 10, next 2 3 4. Yes, can you understand? So what is the difference between list 2 equal to list 1 and a list? Copy function is used to change any item in the list. It will not reflect in the another list. Next, by using the slice operator. Okay, can copy the list by using the slice operator. See, the square bracket colon is the slice operator. List 2 equal to list 1. Okay, I just copied the list 1 to list 2. I am changing the list 2 of 0 to 10. Okay, the changes will not reflect to the another list 1. Okay, see the output 1 2 3 4. List 2 only 10 2 3 4. Okay, see, this is the fastest way to copy the list. Okay, that is the slice operator is used to fastest way to copy the list. Next one, list function. By using the list function also, we can copy the list. See, list 1 equal to 1 to 3 4, list 2 equal to list of list 1. Okay, so I copied list 1 to list 2. Okay, here also the changes of the list 2 will not reflect in the list 1. See the output. List 1 is the same, list 2 is changing 10 2 3 4. Next, extend function. can copy the list by using the extend function. List 1 equal to 1 to 3 4, list 2 equal to empty list. List 2 dot extend of list 1. Okay, so I am copied the list 1 to list 2 here. Next, I am changing the list 2 of 0 to 10. Next, I am going to print the result here. And next, I am going to print the list. The changes of the list 2 will not reflect to list 1. Okay, see the output. See, list 1 is the same, list 2, I am going to change one item. Next, built-in functions, list functions. Okay, what are the built-in functions are there? Okay, len function, it is used to return the length of the list. Next, max list means it returns the maximum number in the list. Min function is used to return the minimum number in the list. Sum function is used to sum of all the elements. Okay. Next one, sorted function is used to sort the list in ascending order or descending order. Okay. See, simply we are putting sorted of my list means it will sort the list and display the result. Okay. Next, if I put sorted function reverse equal to true means it will sort the elements in the reverse order. Okay. See, let's see one by one. First one, len function. See, length of my list. What is the length of my list? There are 6 items, so output is the 6. Next, max function. What is the maximum number in the list? Is 6. See the output 6. Next, min function. Okay, it returns the minimum number in the list. Okay, which is the minimum number 1. See the output 1. Next, sum function. Sum function is used to sum the all the elements in the list. So sum of 3 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 6 plus 4. What is the output? 21. Next, sorted function. Sorted function is used to sort the list, but it will not reflect the whole. It will not reflect in the original list. Okay, we can display, but the original list will not be changed. Okay, see for example. Here I am putting print of a list. Here, see, I am executing the program. My list equal to this one. Print of sorted of my list means it sort the list in the ascending order. Okay, and displaying. I am going to print the result. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But this changes. Okay, the sorted changes will not reflect in the original list, but our original list will not change. I am going to print my list. See, my list is 321564. It will not change. Okay, sorted list, it will give the result ascending order, but it will not reflect in the original list. The next one, tuple. Okay, we are going to convert the tuple. My tuple equal to 3 to 1. Print of sorted of my tuple. Okay, here, what is output? It will return the list format. It will return the list format 1, 2, 3. See the output 1, 2, 3 is shown in the list. Here we are using the sorted of my list, comma reverse equal to true. See, we are going to sort the elements in the descending order. Okay, see the output 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Next, in the same, I'm going to print the, okay, I'm going to print of my list. Okay, I'm going to include that. Here, see, I'm going to include print of my list. Here, print sorted of my list, comma reverse equal to true. Reverse equal to true means it shows the list in the descending order. See, 654 3 2 1. Next, I am going to print the my list. See, the list will not change. Okay, the list is same 3 2 1 5 6 4. List will not change. Okay, but the sorted functions it returns the sorted order only. Okay. Next, any function if any one of the element in the list is non-zero or positive number, means it will return true. Otherwise, it will return false. Okay. See, we will see one example. Here, my list equal to 3 2 1 true. Any means any one. Okay, so any one element in the list is non-zero. It is going to check. Yes, 3 is non-zero, so it returns true. Okay, see the output. It returns true. Next, here any function, any of my list. Here 3 is non-zero. Yes, so it returns true. Next one, okay, my list equal to see. This is the empty string. Next to 0, next to false. Any function, okay, any function. I'm going to check whether it is non-zero. No, it is 0. Here also 0 and also false. So it returns false. See the output. It returns false. Next, all function. All function is used to return if all the elements in the list is non-zero or true, then it returns true. Okay, see, 3 is non-zero, 2 is non-zero, 1 is non-zero, true also true, so it returns the true. Okay. Next one, false. Here all function 3 is non-zero, 2 is non-zero, 1 is non-zero, but here false is coming, so it returns the false. Next, index function. Index function, it is used to returns the index number of the particular item. Okay. See, for example, languages equal to this one. Languages are the index of Java. What is index number for Java? This is 0 1 2. So what is the output? 2 is the output. Next one, here index of Java. Here there are 2 times Java is occurred. Okay, but it will return the first index number of the Java, first occurrence of the substring. So 0 1 2. See the output. 2 is the output. Next one, see index of Java, comma 3. I am going to search the item from the index number 3, 0 1 2 3. I'm going to search from here. Okay, where is the Java is there? See, this is the Java. So what is the index number for this one? 0 1 2 3 4. So it returns 4. Next, Java 1 comma 3. 1 comma 3 means starting index is 1, end index is 3. I am going to search this Java here. Here, where is the Java? Here, center is the Java. So what is the index number for Java? 0 1 2. So 2 is the output. Next, count function. Count function, it returns the how many times the particular substring is occurred in the list. See, language is equal to this one. Count of Java. How many times count is Java is there? Here 1, 2. So it returns a true. Next, sort function. Okay, we can sort the elements in the list in ascending or descending order. Okay, see, first we are going to use the we are going to sort the list in ascending order. See, numbers equal to this one, numbers dot sort function. Okay, I am going to sort the elements in the ascending order and store the result in the list. So here original list is changed. Okay, see in the sorted function the original list will not change. In the sort function the original list will be changed. See the output 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Next, we're going to sort the elements in the reverse order. Okay, so here sort of reverse equal to true. That means we are going to sort the elements in the descending order. Here, what is the output? Python, Perl, Java, C++, C. Next, reverse function. Reverse function is used to reverse the list. Okay. Yeah. Reverse the list. What is the reverse list? First C plus plus C output. Next Java. Next C. Next Python. List and tuple. Okay. Both are collection of the different data types. But here list we are using the square bracket. In tuple we are using the parenthesis. List is mutable. Tuple is immutable. Mutable means a list is mutable. Mutable means I can change the particular item in the list. I can delete the particular item in the list, and I can insert an item in the list. But in tuple, I can't change particular item in the list. I can't delete the particular item in the list. I can't insert one item in the list in the tuple. Okay, so in that list there are many built-in functions are there. In tuple there are less built-in functions are there. Okay, see, let's see the example creating the tuple. Okay, so a equal to parenthesis means this is the empty tuple we have created. Next, my tuple equal to 1030. Okay, see here I creating the tuple using the parenthesis. I'm going to print the tuple. What is the output? See the parenthesis is there. Next one, my tuple equal to 2 hello, this one list and a tuple. So the tuple contains the one tuple contains the list and another tuple also. I'm going to print the tuple. See the output. Next one, type of parenthesis. See what is the type of this parenthesis? Parenthesis means it is called the tuple. So see the output class a tuple. Next, I can create the tuple without the parenthesis. Okay. See, tuple equal to my tuple equal 10 hello 20. Print of my tuple. See the output. See parenthesis is coming. That means we can create the tuple without the parenthesis. Next, print type of my tuple. What is the type of the my tuple? Tuple. Next, I am going to create an item in the tuple. Okay. See, for example, here variable 2 equal to hello world. Okay, I am using the parenthesis. Okay, print of variable 2. See the output hello world. Here type of variable. What is the type of the variable? We are using parenthesis, but inside the parenthesis there is only one item. So we must use the comma. Otherwise, it will consider as a string. Okay, see the output. It considered as the string. Okay, suppose I am putting the comma over here. Okay. So next I'm going to execute the program. Here, see, print of variable to hello world is displaying. What is the type of variable to this time? Tuple. Because we can create the tuple with one item means we must include the comma. Okay. Then only it will consider as a tuple. Otherwise, it will consider as a string. Next, we are going to assign the elements. Okay, we are going to change the elements. We can access the tuple by using the index number. Okay, for example, see here my tuple equal to 4962. My tuple of 0, what is the my tuple of t 0? That is 4. See the output. See the output, 4 is the output. Next 1 means 9, 2 means 6, 3 means 2. Here my tuple of minus 1 means, okay, that is the last item, 2, next 6, 9, 4. Okay, see the output. See my tuple equal to this one. Print of my tuple of 1, 0. This is index number 0. This is index number 1. Next index number 2. Next index number 3. Here 1 comma 0 means I can access the first index. This 0th position is 10. So output is 10. Next 2 1 means 0 1 2. Here 1 means this is 0. This is 1. So 200 is the output. Next 3 4 means this is 3. Here 4 means we are going to access the index number 0 1 2 3 4. So O is the output. Next, we can access the tuple with the range of elements. Okay. See, here my tuple will go to 1 2 3 4 5. Here range of my tuple of 1 to 4. That is starting index is 1, ending index is 2 3. 1 2 3. What is the output? 2 3 4. That is the output. Next, we will see the another example. We will see the another example. My tuple equal to 1 to 6. 1 to 5 means this is 1, 2, 3, 4. See the output? That is the 2, 3, 4, 5 is the output. Next, yes, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the output. Next, starting index is not given. End index is 5 means starting to 4. Okay, index number up to the 4. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 to 5 is the output. Next 4 to last means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and that is a 5 and 6 is the output. Next starting index is not given. End index is minus 2. This is minus 1, minus 2. Okay, so what is the output? 1, 2, 3, 4 is the output. Next one, minus 4, minus 2 means minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. This is minus 4. This is minus 2. So 3, 4 is the output. Next 2, comma 4, 2, comma minus 2 also the same output. Next my tuple of colon means it print the whole list, whole tuple. Okay. Next one, we are using the step size program. Here, my tuple equal to 1 to 10. My tuple of 1, comma 9. What is the 1, comma 9? This is 1, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 2 to 10 is the output. Yes. 2 to 9 is the output because the last item we will not consider. So 2 to 9 is the output. Next 1 to 9 step size is 2. So within the range, okay, 1 to 9 range, I am going to skip one item. So first item 2, next 4, next 6, next 8. Next in the same range 1 to 9, step size is 3. That is I am going to skip 2 items. So here first item is 2. Next I am going to skip 3, 4, 5 is output. 6, 7 I am leaving. Next 8 is output. So 2, 5, 8. Next I am going to reverse the tuple. Okay. We have already seen in the list how to reverse the list means colon minus 1. Here also the same. Okay, my tuple of colon minus 1 means we are going to reverse the list. My tuple of colon minus 2 means in the reverse the list we are going to skip one item. So 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Next, tuples are immutable. Okay, if I try to change one item in the tuple, it shows the error message. You will see the example. I am trying to change the my tuple of 1. This is 0, this is 1. To 5. I am trying to change. Okay, but what is the output? Type error. Tuple object does not support the item assignment because it is immutable. We can't change the particular item in the tuple. Next, I am trying to delete the particular item in the tuple. Okay, here tuple is immutable. I can't delete the particular item in the tuple. Here I am trying to delete the my tuple of 1, that is 2. But what is the output? Type error. Tuple object does not support the item deletion. Next, I am going to delete the whole tuple. Yes, we can delete the whole tuple. Okay, by using the del keyword, del my tuple. So my tuple is deleted completely. I am trying to print the my tuple. See, it shows the error message. Name error. Name my tuple is not defined because we have deleted the whole tuple. Next, tuple operations, concatenation, repetition operations. Okay, we will see one by one. Here, concatenation operation. Okay, let's tuple 1 equal to 1 to 3, tuple 2 equal to A, B, C, D, tuple 3 equal to tuple 1 plus tuple 2. See, I am going to print the tuple 3. What is the output? 1, 2, 3, comma A, B, C, D. Next, repetition. Okay, we are using the star operator for the repetition. Here, tuple 1 equal to 1, comma 2, tuple 2 equal to tuple 1 into 3. 3 times the tuple 1 is stored into tuple 2. So, what is the 3 times of tuple 1? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. See the output? Next, membership operator. What are the membership operators? In and not in. Okay, see, we will see one example program. 2 in my tuple. Whether 2 is there in the my tuple? Yes. So it returns true. Whether 4 is in my tuple? No. So it returns false. Next, green not in my tuple. False because green is in the my tuple. So it returns false. Next, iteration through a tuple. Okay, iteration through a tuple. Here see, colors equal to blue, green, red. For color in colors, print of colors. Okay, see, first time what is the color? Blue is the output. Second time green, next time red. Next, we can create the tuple in different ways. First way is the my tuple equal to parenthesis. That is the we are creating the empty tuple. Next, my tuple I am passing some values. Okay, next time my tuple 1, 2, 3, 4. See here we no need to specify the parenthesis for the tuple. Okay, next time my tuple equal to tuple by using the tuple function. Okay, see my tuple equal to tuple function. It is going to create the empty tuple. I am going to print the my tuple means it is displaying the parenthesis. Okay, see the output. Tuple 1 equal to tuple of. Tuple function is used to create the tuple. Okay, here we are going to pass the list. So the tuple function is going to convert the list into tuple. Okay, and then store the result into tuple 1. Next, tuple 2 equal to tuple of hello. That is, string is converted into tuple. So see the output. First time this is tuple. Next time string is converted into tuple. Next one, tuple functions. Okay. See, here, len of my tuple. What is the length of the tuple? How many items are there in the tuple? 6 items. So it returns 6. Next, max of my tuple. Which is the maximum number in the tuple? 6. Next, min of my tuple. Which is the minimum number in the tuple? 1. That is the output. Sum of my tuple. Okay, we are going to summation the list. So the output is 21. Next, sorted function. Okay, sorted function is used to sort the list in ascending or descending order. Here I am going to print the sorted of my tuple. So it print the tuple in the ascending order. Okay, but the change will not be reflected in the original list. Okay, original tuple. Next, I am trying to sort the elements the descending order. Okay, by using the sorted of my tuple comma reverse equal to true. Okay, see the output. Next, any function. See, what is the purpose of any function? If any one element in the tuple is non-zero or true, means it will return true. See, 3 is non-zero, so it will return true. See the output. Next one, here any function 3 is non-zero, so again it returns true. All function, okay, it will check all the elements in the tuple is non-zero or true. Okay, 3 is non-zero, okay, 2 is non-zero, okay, 1 is non-zero, true is there, so it returns true. Next, here 3 is non-zero, 2 is non-zero, 1 is non-zero, but false is there, so the all function returns the false. Okay, see the output, false. Languages equal to this one. Languages dot index function. What is the index function? It returns the index number of the particular substring. So what is the index number of Java? 0, 1, 2. 2 is the output. Next, count of Java. See how many times Java is there? 2 times. So it returns 2. Okay. Next, we are going to see the difference between the list and the tuple. We are using the square bracket here, parentheses. Next, it is immutable. A mutable list is mutable. This is immutable. Next, it has the variable length. It is the fixed length. List provides the more functionality. Here, less functionality. Okay, and it is better for the scenario. We need to store the simple collections with no constraints. Here in the tuple, we need to store the read-only collections. Okay, next, list are less memory efficient than tuple. Okay, but here it is more memory efficient. Okay, yes, yes, can you understand, students? Yes. Okay, thank you. We will see in the next your next video. Okay, thank you all.